Hey, my beautiful bitches, it's me, Fiona St. James, and welcome to another episode of Fiona's Coffee Talks. And as always, I like to start off every day with a fresh, hot, black cup of coffee. Hold the cream! I'd love to. And of course, I think of my favorite quote of the century by Oscar Wilde, which says, "Life is too important to be taken seriously, so lighten up, folks." Anyway, today's episode is, drumroll please, story time. Happy New Year! Yay! So, today it is Sunday, December 26th, the day after Christmas. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. Mine was truthfully a little anticlimactic, with everything going on. Yeah, I pretty much was just home alone, but I enjoyed my company. I enjoyed my Christmas decorations. Ate a lot of food, watched movies. It was great. You know what? Christmas, there'll be another Christmas next year. So, New Year's, I have no idea what I'm going to do. Having said that, today's story is about that. And, when I do these story times, I'm always like, my favorite, whatever. So, my favorite New Year's story, which most of my New Year's are fun and memorable, but picture it, New Year's Eve, 1991. So exactly 30 years ago from when this video will premiere, I was living on the Upper West Side at the time, 75th in Amsterdam, and around the corner was my all-time favorite bar called the Candle Bar, and that was like my local hangout. I literally was like, it was literally right there. So I was there all the time. So, I had a lot of friends there. So that particular New Year's Eve, this friend of mine, David, who I haven't seen in probably 25 years, the countdown had already happened. So for whatever reason, I don't know, I think like I was in the bar, but I was like, I had like run up to my apartment, which was right there, to like, I don't know why, but maybe smoke a joint, who knows. Anyway, then when I was going back into the bar, this queen, she's like jumping in the cab and she grabbed me. She's like, "Fiona, come with me." So like she like throws me in the car, in the cab, and we end up going to the Upper East Side. We go across town. She was like, "Girl, we gonna go to this party." And it was this really cute, swanky party on the Upper East Side that had tons of people. I didn't know anyone. Of course, other than my friend David, who like grabbed me to go with him. So I'm in there, and I've been there all of like 5 minutes. And of course, you know me, honey. I know how to like pick out the finest man. So I see this hot man, and I like go right up to him. And as it turns out, he was actually the person throwing the party. So it took all of about 5 minutes before the assertive bitch that I am, I'm like making out with this man. So I'm standing there, and then this girl walks up to me, and she a cute girl, and she's like, "Are you trying to make out with my man?" To which I responded, "Try? I think I just did." So that is one of my dear friends in the whole wide world, Jill. Hey, Jill. She's probably watching this. So, girl, this video is about you because exactly 30 years ago today, you and I met. So this is like my 30th anniversary of this friend. And so Jill is wonderful. We hit it off. And I remember 2 days later, January 2nd, 1992, I was doing the show at Splash Bar, which unfortunately is no longer around. And I used to do shows there a lot. And she came to my show 2 days later, and we have been wonderful friends ever since. And she's so talented and amazing. And she has since moved to LA, but she's like written a screenplay. She's like done documentaries. So she's a filmmaker. She's also a fabulous boxer. And she and I also, way back when, ended up dancing together in a show at the Village Gate, Penny Arcade's Bitch Dyke Fag Hag Whore. And I joined that cast like the last 6 months that it was up and running, and she had been doing it for a while already. So then it was great because then we got to work together, and we've worked together and, throughout the decades. And, she comes to New York, and anytime she comes here, we always see each other. So it was, I guess that particular one is my all-time favorite because of her. Because I love this girl to death. She's talented. She's beautiful. She and I'm honored to like call her one of my dearest friends. So I know she was in town this week, but this whole Omicron and all this shit going on, we ended up unfortunately not seeing one another. But she's from New York, so I know, girl, you'll be back sooner than you know it, and I cannot wait to see you. So, I've been like very fortunate in my life that a lot of my friends that I like, very much like Jill, that I've known for decades and decades, a lot of my friends that are still around, because God knows a lot of my friends way back when passed away, in particular, like with the AIDS epidemic. But the friends that are still alive and around and in my life, I'm fortunate that I have a lot of history with them. Like I think of my close circle of friends, and girl, it's like I've known everyone over 30 years. And it's wonderful that I can say that, and I'm fortunate and blessed that I've always had great people in my lives, and fortunate and blessed that I have you guys that tune in every week. So, the last couple of years obviously have been kind of rough with everything that we're all going through. And apart from this whole pandemic, it's, we all have our own personal issues and things going on. I mean, in the last few months, I've mentioned the fact of like, dealing with my elderly parents and the elder care lawyer. Apart from that, the last few weeks, I've dealt with my own little something that I'm not going to get into now because that's going to be a whole other video coming up soon. But you know what? I said this in my last video, and it's worth repeating. Just remember that the universe only throws your way what it knows you can handle. So ultimately, the way things work out, that's the way they're supposed to. So if you live with that philosophy, then really when you think about it, then nothing is really bad because that's what it's supposed to be, and you're supposed to get something out of it. So anyway, that's my New Year's story. I mean, it's not this big hoopla story, but like I ended up having such a wonderful time that night, and the most important thing of that night was having this friend in my life who I love dearly. So Jill, I can't wait to see you. So here's to 2022, because I can only get better. I mean, things can't get any worse, right? I mean, at least they fucking better not. So, all right, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful new year, and let's do what we do and stay safe and stay healthy and support one another. And I'm going to repeat this also that I said a couple of videos ago. Make sure that like anyone who is near and dear to you, whenever you speak to anyone on the phone that you love, make sure that when you say goodbye, you always say, love you. I do that with everyone. I've done that my whole life because you never know. Unfortunately, the reality is sometimes that might be the last words that you say to whoever, because shit happens, life happens. So why not tell a person you love them if you do? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So I love all of you guys. And I love doing these videos. So have a wonderful week and have a safe and healthy new year. If you like what I have to say, don't forget thumbs up, because we all know YouTube looks at all of that. And make sure you have subscribed. And that's that. So let me get my little clicker ready. I love you guys. Thanks so much for indulging.